What's up, lifelong learners? It's your boy, Mr. Hang, and I'm back with another video. So school is about to start and Rode just came out with a new product, and I want to talk about it because they've sent me a bunch of stuff for review before, and I feel like this product, the Rode Wireless Pro, is about 99% perfect. So let's go through some of the major features like 32-bit float, timecode, the locking lav mic system, the extra accessories that you get. And then I'm going to talk about maybe the 1% negative that I feel like could have been improved. Let's get into it because I got to go clean my classroom soon, all right? So let's talk about 32-bit float. 32-bit float allows you to basically record and not have to worry about setting your levels because it supposedly is unclippable. We're going to talk about that in a little bit, about the unclippable part. But first, let's get into the positive. So you don't need to set your levels. Gain assist, that is going to try to auto level for you in real time. That is built into the Rode Wireless Me, I believe, and then now they're bringing it to the Wireless Pro. But here are a couple of things you have to consider. Your mic can still clip when using 32-bit float. So that's something to consider when you are getting this and thinking, oh, 32-bit float, I can just yell as loud as I want or talk as softly. Well, the yelling part, the mic will clip because of sound pressure level. So that's something you need to study up on if you're considering this wireless system. The second thing is you need to sync in post with external audio recording files, so editing is inevitable. If you are kind of like me, I'm not gonna lie, a little lazy, I don't have time because of my teaching to sit here, sync files, then not auto level everything, but correct all the different levels and stuff like that. I don't have time to do that. So that's something you need to consider regarding 32-bit float. And if you have any more questions regarding 32-bit float, leave it in the questions down below. I got you, boo. Timecode. Here are the positives. It's easier to run a multicam recording shoot. For me, in the classroom, it's going to be easier because it's a small setting. And there are a few negatives that you have to consider if you're doing a really big project and thinking that this is going to do the job. You might want to consider other things that are more suitable for your needs, because there are some shortcomings to the timecode. Because I watched somebody else's video and they were like, yeah, timecode, I forgot his name, but actually, you know, I'll put the link to the video in the description down below. Okay, you can go watch that one regarding timecode concerns. But I'm going to give you my perspective on it as a teacher and using this to teach my students. So the negatives are this. Receiver must be turned on and jam sync with all the cameras, so you cannot use transmitters as standalone for timecode recording. So for example, let's say you want to use a GoPro, not a GoPro 11, right? This actually has timecode. It's the DJI Action 3. So that has timecode and I can jam sync that. But let's say you're using your GoPro and then you don't want to put the receiver on your GoPro. You want to just sync your GoPro or your phone with your wireless transmitter, but you don't have your receiver turned on and connected to your phone or GoPro. Let's say that. You can't really use timecode to sync in post, so that's something to consider. And if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments down below, but I think that is how it works with the Rode Wireless Pro. So the questions I have are, can I jam sync with the S5 IIX and DJI Action 3 or 4? Because I do have the Panasonic S5 and I'm planning to get the Panasonic S5 IIX for my classroom. And I'm also planning to get like the Action 4 for my classroom, so that way my kids can learn how to do timecode recording for those types of cameras when they're moving on to a more complex setup, right? So that's my question. Can I do that and will it work? And I understand that you have to set the frame rates and so on and so forth, but each camera are different. Or is this only designed for, let's say, if I'm using the Panasonic S5 IIX and they need to be jam sync with all Panasonic S5 IIX and that'll sync fine in post? Or can I mix and match cameras as long as I set the frame rates correctly? That's a Rode question, or anybody else who knows how that works. Let me know in the comments down below. Your boy's still learning too. The next question I have is, how long before I need to resync due to drift? Now, drift is something I just learned, and I thought that when you timecode things, it would just automatically connect and to stay forever, ever connected together. But there are shortcomings to that. It's like you can't turn off your camera. Your time code might not run anymore, and so on and so forth. Or when the Rode Wireless Go, when they disconnect somehow because, I don't know, if you're doing a wedding and the groom runs to the bathroom and there's like 20 walls, between the transmitter and the receiver, and then they lose connection, and then is there drift there? Even when they reconnect, obviously the time code's probably gonna work together again and be, set to the same time code. So those are some questions that I have, and that might be a Rode person answering this question, or maybe someone who has this and have already used it because they were sent out for review. You can answer that question for me. And by the way, Rode, I appreciate you sending me the Rode Wireless Go 1 for review. I was probably the first person to get it. Thank you so much. And then you also sent me the Rode Wireless Go 2 for review because I said that was 95% perfect. And I believe that the Rode Wireless Rode Wireless Pro is 99% perfect, and I'll get to that in a little bit why I think it's 99% perfect. Moving on, locking and lav mic system. That's great. I've been waiting for that because the Rode Wireless Go 1 didn't have a locking system, and the Rode Wireless Go 2 did not have a locking system. And other brands were already offering that, like, for example, Comica Boom XD. That was the first thing they did, was have a locking mechanism. And I was surprised that the Rode Wireless Go 2 didn't have it, but I'm very happy that the Rode Wireless Pro have this option. No questions there, all positive. The next thing is the extra accessories that you give. So here are the positives. Triple charging case that allows for connectivity to computer for file transfer and firmware updates. Don't quote me on the firmware update part because I think that would be smart if you're able to do that. But definitely charging and connecting to your computer to pull off files from the transmitters that are recording external files. You can do that. I know that because they said that. So firmware update, someone confirm in the comments. The second positive thing is lav mics and connection cables for different devices and magnetic adapters to be able to just clip your Rode Wireless Pro, shall I say, on me or you or my students. But I do have some questions though. The furry windscreen comes for transmitter and lav mics. I'm not sure. I see it here in picture. I see 5, so I'm not sure exactly which is for which. And then the next question is, do you have a replacement program or repurchasing option? Because I have broken this. See this? The Rode Wireless. Let me just get close up. Hold on. Okay, so I couldn't get a close up. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you like this and probably crop in, all right? So this is broken. Wear and tear, it just breaks. So I'm not sure if there's a replacement program or if I need to repurchase it. But yeah, I need to know that so that way I can plan and budget for my classroom. Thank you. Okay, lastly, that 1% negativity that I'm gonna bring, and it's kind of like just me nitpicking. But this is something to consider, Rode. This is for you. Because again, I want to be helpful. I'm a teacher, so I want to make sure that you bring out the best possible products to make life easier for me as an educator. Here are some things I want to ask you, Rode. Why not build in a cable holding slot into the charging case? Because sometimes you just want to go light. You don't need all the accessories. You pack really light so that you can go do what you need to do. DJI didn't do that either. With here's the DJI mic. I bought this with my own money, and DJI didn't send me anything for review, but thank you, Rode, for always sending me stuff for review. So why can't the charger hold some cables, like for example, at least a cable to connect to your computer or mobile device to get the files off of the transmitters? Even the 3.5 millimeter jack, that could be placed into, I don't know, like a little slot on the bottom or something like that. Just shove it in there, and then you have that, just the charging case, the charging cable, and the 3.5 millimeter jack if, let's say, we're rolling with a Panasonic S5 2X to go create our content, right? Just one less thing for us to worry about or carry or lose. Something to consider. The second question is, possibly, maybe you can make an accessory for this. Why not consider an all-in-one charger and cable management accessory? Like, for example, I have this right here. It holds all of my Rode Wireless Go 2 accessories. All the cables are here. So everything is all in one. And then if you can add like an opportunity to charge while storing all of your stuff, I think that would be a perfect solution, because I was hoping that that would be the case. Get it? The case. I know, dad joke for days. I know. But those are my concerns and my questions. And please leave it in the comments down below. I really appreciate everyone's input because, again, we're all trying to help each other out here, not bashing or anything. I think Rode make great products, and I think that they're pushing the envelope here with giving us what we want because competitors to Rode have been giving us all these accessories. And now Rode is like, you know what? We'll charge you a little bit more, but we're going to give you what you want. So thank you, Rode, for considering all these extra accessories and putting in the 32-bit float, the time code, the locking for the lav mics. I really, really, really appreciate those things. That's it. That's all I have for you. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe because if Rode doesn't send me one for review, I will definitely buy one for myself because that 32-bit float and that locking lav mic and that time code syncing, that's an opportunity for me to be able to teach more to my students all in one device. So I don't have to go buy the tentacles or the deity syncs and all that stuff. So I just buy one thing and I'll be able to teach a lot with just that one product. So that's it. Thank you for listening to me babble. And you know how we say goodbye. For those of you who are returning, get your hands ready. For those of you who are new, get your hands ready and just follow along. All right, here we go. Rock, paper, peace. Let's hang out again in another video. I have no idea how long that'll be because your boy's busy being a dad and being a teacher. And teacher takes a lot of planning, and being a dad takes a lot of patience. All right?